Hi, thank you for joining us, guys. We have had an amazing last 2 months, one of a kind in our lifetime. All of us are wondering, how do we fight this? How do we combat this virus? My name is Dr. Choksy. I am a holistic minded family practice doctor in Cincinnati, Ohio. There are a handful of things that I'm about to tell you that you may consider at your own risk. This may help you. I do think, according to my own research, these are all evidence-based recommendations that I feel can help. Please consider talking to your doctor if you're concerned about any of these recommendations. These are recommendations that will help improve our immunity. There's data out there that supports how we can neutralize this virus in our body and stop it from replicating. I'm also a yoga teacher, so I do think about those kind of things and incorporating yoga asanas, breathing practices into our own daily routine to help our body and mind get better. The first recommendation I would say is do a sun salutation. Go out and look at the sun. You don't have to be with people. You can have social isolation, but you can still look at the sun. The sun shines all around the world every single day. If it's cloudy, then it makes sense. You can do it inside the house. Otherwise, try to do a sun salutation. There is data. I found it on PubMed, published by the NIH, about how sun salutation improves our immunity. That's number one. Maybe we can denature it and stop it from replicating when we're exposed to sun and light. That's my first recommendation. Second would be to activate our own energy internally, which is, from the Eastern science perspective, it's called Surya Nadi. Inhaling through the right side, press your left nostril. Inhale through the right side, press your right nostril, exhale through the left side. Do it again. Inhale, exhale. Inhalation and exhalation from the right side, inhale, left side, exhale, activates certain centers in our body through meridian systems and through nadis that increase our heat energy and help us fight viral infections and infections in general to strengthen our immunity. That's number two. Number three, a lot of us have heard about vitamin C and how it can help. There's a lot of varying degrees of opinions of how much vitamin C. According to what I understand, how vitamin C activates white blood cells, and our body needs vitamin C to activate our immune system. We can take upwards of 10,000 milligrams or more if needed. There are obviously some side effects to taking vitamin C. You may have upset stomach, but consider starting at 2,000 milligrams, increasing it if you're sick, increasing it every 2 hours, maybe every 4 hours, at your own pace. Understand that this is going to be helping our immune system. There is a receptor on the white blood cell that binds to vitamin C and gets activated. There's research behind that. There's also research that's out there that says the replication of these type of viruses gets slowed down by vitamin C. That's another thing to consider. Obviously, a lot of these things are not proven with clinical studies and long-term studies that we have or that we have followed, but the research is out there and it's a significant amount of it. The next thing that I would consider doing is taking zinc. There's data that says zinc, if it's taken inside the cells, most of the time zinc stays outside. It stays in the blood, but if we need to get it inside these cells, there's something called zinc ionophores. So we can take zinc in high quantity. You can start at 30 milligrams, increase it to 60, maybe go up if you're able to tolerate it well. But your body will use that zinc to block the replication cycle. There are enzymes in the replication of the virus that can be blocked. There are some research studies that are out there that talk about hydrochloroquine being a zinc ionophore. Thus, if you're in a certain part of the world where you do have access to hydrochloroquine, maybe adding zinc might be helpful. Please talk to your doctor. Obviously, this is not a medical, I'm not your doctor, but these are some things that you can consider. Another thing that can help with viral replication or stopping the viral replication is vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a huge role not only in our bone health, but obviously in our immunity and how well we are, our joints. Vitamin D is essential. We can start at 5,000 milligrams or 5,000 international units actually, and possibly go up and up to 10,000. There's some data from England that says that taking too much vitamin D isn't as beneficial in terms of helping the immunity, but having just a little bit more than normal, what's recommended, is absolutely essential for and give our immune system a boost to fight this kind of viruses off. Next thing I would consider is fasting. There is definite data out there that when we fast, our immune system gets stronger. Now, there are scientists who won the Nobel Prize for some of these things. We have chemotherapy drugs that are based off of this science. How do you do the fasting? I'm not talking about intermittent fasting. I'm talking about fasting without water, without food, without anything going inside your body. If I were to fast tomorrow, I would eat whatever I want to eat today, stop eating tonight. Tomorrow morning, nothing is going in my mouth. No brushing, no water, nothing. Literally, it's a dry fast completely until the next morning. So when our body is like a city, when there are no resources coming in, food, water, minerals, vitamins, when things are not coming in, our body has to ramp up its immune system. Our police has to be more vigilant and pretty much stop anything else that is rapidly dividing, such as viral infections. It empowers our T cells and B lymphocytes. It is something that is very easy to do, especially when we're not working. Everybody has taken time off or is given time off by the situation. So that's something that all of us can do. Pick any day of the week, start doing it every single week, at least once a week. Empower your immune system. It's very easy to do. Next thing we can consider is social isolation, hand washing, all of these basic things that we don't actually think about. There's some data that's out there that says, and it came from China, these are research studies, that says people who are negative in their nasal swab, they are still positive when we do their stool cultures or when we do PCR for the RNA virus in their stool and in their blood. So there's still a fecal transmission that's happening that we need to be mindful of. So if you know you have been diagnosed with this and you have been around people who are diagnosed with this, possibly you may not have any symptoms, you may be negative on your testing. Most of these testing can have false negatives. Thus, you want to be very mindful of continuing to isolate yourself if you're continuing to having even mild symptoms. Try to take all these precautions as possible. Going on in the grass, getting on the floor, on the ground, absorbing the electrons, drinking water. Pray to the water before drinking it. It restructures it. Dr. Masaru Emoto, another great scientist, proved that to us, that it can our thoughts and our words can restructure water. Thus, especially in this great situation that we are in, and in this time, we can pray to our food, we can eat, we can drink after praying, and it will change the vibrations and it will empower yourself. The vibrations of fear and doubt and negativity and guilt and sorrow, because a lot of us have lost people who we know and people who are close to us because of this virus. These things can affect us and it changes our internal vibrations. In these times, when the times are testing us, it is essential to keep our vibrations positive, and one of the most easiest way to do that is by drinking water. So consider these things. Obviously, if you live in different parts of the world, you may not have access to certain herbs, certain vitamins, but you can definitely do sun salutations easily. You can definitely fast. You can definitely breathe. Make sure you breathe. Most people who are dying from these type of viral infections are dying because of fluid inside the lung. Fluid is water energy. There is a lot of water that is getting built up in this zone of our body. In order to reverse that, we can consider doing fasting. Just don't add water to your body for 1 day. That's it. Every week, 1 day. And empower your system. If you're able to do it more, you can do it more. This will cause something called autophagy or autophagy, however you want to pronounce that. But when autophagy happens, what that means is our body's immune system is strong enough to kill our own cells or other cells in our body that are eating our resources. Our body has one priority. It wants to preserve our brain. Second is our heart. The third is our lungs and liver. So if there are other things that are eating up your resources, it will fight for you. The immune system will do what it needs to do to fight for you and keep you alive. So keeping that in mind, these are a few things that you can do at home that are very simple. Washing your hands, using essential oils. If you have any type of essential oils in the house, if you don't have it, you may have vinegar in your house. You may have coconut oil. You may have olive oil. Use those oils, which are simple oils. You may have butter at your house. Use those oils and apply it to your palms of your soles of your feet. And use them in that fashion so that it helps you to activate different meridian channels as well. As a medical doctor, a lot of these things that I have said have a lot of data. I like to look at data to support my way of thinking. But if you ask me, have there been a lot of clinical long-term perspective studies? A lot of these things do not have these studies behind it, but there is a lot of credible evidence that you can go on PubMed, which is very easy, just Google that and find that. If you have any other questions, there are a lot of other things we can do. There are other binders and there are other virus chemical binders that we can use that are available in the market. You can email us, you can email me, call me, text me, whatever you want. Get hold of me and ask me those questions, and I may be able to help you and find those things. I think these are the few simple things that we can do. Obviously, our planet has lots and lots of herbs, and our cultures we have used lots and lots of things. Ginger, cinnamon, turmeric, these are all anti-inflammatory herbs that we can easily use in our daily eating habits and food. I hope you guys are doing well. Please help other people. Try not to hoard on to all the supplies. Use only what you need. try to limit yourself from getting exposed to all kind of cultural gatherings. If those things are happening, yeah, please reach out to us. We are here to help. We're in the front line in the battle against this. What we see in hospitals and our clinics is something amazing, right? We haven't had these type of influx of people in our lifetime. Thus, we ask everybody to be supportive. If you are sick, stay home. If you're not sick, try to stay home and limit your exposure to people who could get sick from you, because we don't know if we're sick or not, because virus is carried in people asymptomatically. So that means that you may not have any symptoms, but you're still passing on this virus. And people whose immunities are low, especially very young and very old, with multiple diseases and comorbidities, that affects them. If you know any type of prayers, pray them. Do transcendental meditation. Those things will empower your own immune system. Visualization, vision boarding, all of these things will help empower your immune system and help each other out. Okay? All right. Yeah. I wish you guys all best of luck. If there's any other questions you guys have, please reach out to us. Thank you. God bless you. Namaste.